1, 2, 3, 4.
You know, we just celebrated 10 years as a church, and in the lead up to our preparation for our 10th birthday, we were kind of brainstorming with the team about some things that we could do to celebrate 10 years of what God's done in the life of our church. And I had this thought, what if we empowered some of the producers within our church to take 10 of our most well-loved songs from this last decade and reimagine them and just, you know, give them some new life and kind of put their spin on it. One of the songs that we talked about reimagining was a song called Just the Mention of His Name that comes from the album Now that we released a couple of years ago. And, you know, as we were thinking about it, I just had this thought of, you know, what if we really stripped this back and, you know, just took it a little more into the gospel world a little more. And so I got with my friend Bernie Holmes, and we started dreaming, and he was like, you know what would make this track come alive would be if we could get Aaron Lindsay to come in and play some B3 on this song. You know, Bernie reached out to Aaron, and he was over the moon to come and help us and jumped on this song. And you know, it's a pretty stripped back track. Originally, we actually talked about it just being piano and B3. And when we got it in the studio, Bernie was like, you know what might be even cooler is let's scrap the piano and let's call Straughter and see if he'll actually just come play some drums on this thing. And so, you know, Chris kind of came in really late into the piece, and he and Aaron threw down the track, and it was just an amazing moment as we were in the studio watching this thing, you know, come alive in the moment. And at that point, we still had no idea who was actually going to sing on the song. And Bernie called Natalie and said, hey, would you come in and sing a guide vocal for us? And, you know, we probably got 2 or 3 minutes into that and realized there really was no question about who was going to sing this song. It was going to be Natalie.
And I remember back to 2020 conference, and we did a song called Turn Your Eyes, and it was actually a turning point. It was like this gospel kind of thing came into the church, and it was time. It was necessary. Like even just, you know, the look of our congregation started to change. And ever since that time, little by little by little, it's like a little bit more gospel's coming in, a little bit more gospel's coming in. And the truth be told, you know, Henry and Bernie on this just had this synergy, and their minds, like a mind meld of how it was supposed to go. But then you go to this moment where Aaron's on the organ and I'm in the studio singing, and I'm just gonna sing a scratch because Aaron just needs something to be able to play to. Well, Aaron and I are friends from way back, and he's like they set it up so that where my mic is, I can see where the organ is, and he can see me, and we're looking at each other. We're like, oh no, we about to go. We about to go. Like, this is not a scratch or a moment. And I just started going in the end, doing this whole like thing at the end, and he followed, and what he was playing was then informing what I was gonna do next. And then he was like, no, but then what you did next was informing what I was gonna do next. And it was this incredible synergy and partnership that just turned into, honestly for me, one of my favorite things we've ever done as a church. Choir has always been such a passion of mine, but like I just don't always have an opportunity to kind of like use that. And so even just the fact that belonging has added a choir, like honestly, it's all those things for me that are like, oh, we got a choir now? Oh wait, we doing this? Okay. And then, you know, we got to bring in so many of our friends to sing on this as the choir. But really, I mean, they are singers. Like, there's singers and then there's sangers, and these were sangers. And then we're doing this song, and I got to really kind of tap in to like some arrangement things that I love to do that I don't even get to do very often. And you know, you're sitting there in a room and you're like, okay, I'm gonna come up with this, and the singers are like, ooh, I like that. And then they're coming up with different parts. And then I remember there's like this one moment at the end that I was like, I've been changed at the mention of his name. And it was like, oh wait, what? But what I first said, this is the beauty of partnership and working together, because I think the first thing I said was like, I've been changed in the room, or I've been changed something. And Henry was like, well, we haven't really been changed. It's not the room that changed us, it's Jesus that changed us. So I was like, okay, pastor, way to bring it back. And I was like, okay, yeah, but I still like that lick a lot. I still like the way that's going. So I was like, oh wait, the title of the song. I've been changed at the mention of his name. I mean, and then they all did it. All those singers all did it in one accord. I was like, yeah, okay.
I've been changed.
I've been changed at the mention of his name.
Yes. Yeah, let's try it in the room. 1, 2, 3,
I've been changed at the mention of his name. I've been changed at the mention of his name.
Jesus is here. Jesus is here.